Welcome to Vocal Tips in 10 with me, voice professional and your host, Amber Mog Cathy. The show where every week you'll get actionable tips in vocal technique, artistry, health, and more, all in 10 minutes or less. Your best voice is just a tip away, so let's go. Hello, friends. Thank you for being here. Today, I am sharing with you some of my favorite tools as a singer. Everything from what is my personal favorite throat drop to the water bottle that I like to the tools that I use to relieve tension just in the past handful of days. I've gotten so many questions about these things and I get asked all the time. So I thought I'm going to do an episode about this and share with you some of my favorites. I will have everything that I talk about linked and listed in the show notes below. Just so you know, number one, I'm not affiliated with anything I'm going to be mentioning other than the singing straw. It is one of my favorite tools. I am an affiliate for the singing straw, which means I get, I forget, like 15% or something every time you buy one. So I'm not recommending it so I can get a few bucks. I'm only recommending things that I just personally find really helpful and that are tried and true for me. The other thing I want to say is I'm not married to any of the brands. So I'm going to show you my favorite steamer, for example. Does it mean you have to go out and buy that exact one? Nope. If you've got one that works well for you or one that fits better for you for whatever reason, that is fab. Just wanted to share some of my favorites. So I'm going to jump right in and share with you the most basic one, but I just would be telling you big old lies if I didn't share my monster drinking cup. And I'm not even going to give you the brand. The brand is very fancy schmancy. And if you hang it upside down or turn it upside down, it doesn't leak, which is pretty awesome. But that is not the thing that you need to get. You just need a big old honkin' water bottle. I will also tell you that inside my water bottle is electrolytes. I use Element, LMNT. Those are not necessarily the best for everybody. I am a person that needs as much sodium as I can get as well. My body just doesn't really hold on to it. So Element is a great choice for me. It tastes good and it just makes me hold on to that hydration more. And then I always use ones that have a straw because then I'm able to do straw phonation using this exact same cup. So I've got like multiple uses with my one tool here. So I know that's basic, but I don't go anywhere without it. The next thing I have to have, especially since I have moved to Colorado, I've been here the past almost 2 years. It is very dry here, is a steamer and a nebulizer. So I'm going to show you the brands that I use, the difference between steamer and nebulizer. A steamer is larger particles that are heated up into steam. So it's this warm moisture that you breathe in into the mouth or into the nose, the nasal passages that gets direct moisture to your vocal folds. A nebulizer is not heated up and they are even smaller particles. A nebulizer uses saline solution. A steamer uses distilled water. The steamer that I use is the My Pure Mist. I love this guy. I get sick about one time a year. Hold on, I'm going to knock on wood. But I do. And it always turns into respiratory. This year it was in January. I got bronchitis. And every morning, every night, every afternoon, I had a date with my friend, the My Pure Mist steamer. It feels so good. So I not only get relief at the voice, at the throat. I wear this whole mask so it covers my nasal passages too, but just the warmth just feels relaxing to my whole body. Then I also use a nebulizer. I will tell you how I use the two. I use the steamer more rehabilitatively. So if I'm not feeling great, if I'm feeling dry, if I'm feeling irritated, I'm a steamer gal and I'm going to use that more like in the morning or in the evening at the end of my day. And then I use my nebulizer right before I sing. So I am holding, for those of you on YouTube, my Vocal Mist carry case because my Vocal Mist nebulizer I left at the studio I was just at 2 days ago. I use the nebulizer right before I sing. I breathe in that saline solution, get some of that wonderful hydration directly to my vocal folds, and then I jump in and sing. So Vocal Mist is what I use. I'm going to have it linked below, but I forgot my actual nebulizer at the studio. So I'm just showing you my carrying case here. I mentioned at the start, the singing straw. For me, I use a straw and water a lot. Again, for me, a straw and water, so my big old cup, is more rehabilitative if I'm feeling tired, if I am feeling like I have overdone it, if I am getting over illness or trying to fight off illness. vocalizing through a straw into water is just the best thing you can do. Nothing's going to beat that, because as you're vocalizing into the water, and I can do a different episode about this, guys, but it's not just jam the straw all the way down. There's nuance to this. But as you've got things set up ideally and you're vocalizing through that straw into water, you get a genuine massage of the vocal fold and laryngeal tissue. It feels so good. If you've got a lot of tension, if you've got irritation, swelling, you just can't beat it. And then you have to also have a straw and water available. Like, try to do that in your car on the way to the gig, or try to do that in the bathroom. And so I would say the next most frequent SOVT that I use and tool that I use is a singing straw set. I have all of them. I have the original, I have the pro, and then this is the silicone. The silicone, since it has come out, has been my jam. And it is genuinely just 3 silicone small straws. For my voice, I will tell you guys, they're really tiny, like people who are just like, use a coffee stirrer. I don't care if all the planets align. That is too small for me. It's too much resistance. I have too big of vocal folds. You've got to find that right balance when you are singing through a straw, whether into water or using a smaller diameter and singing into the air. You've got to find that right balance of back pressure without too much resistance. And these little guys you can stick in the back of your pants pocket to jump into a stall if you're at some grimy club. Been there, done that, to warm up your voice without needing a bunch of extra space. It's quiet. I just use them all the time, and I do recommend these all the time. And I'm going to share just a few more with you guys. I could share so many more than this, but to be mindful of time and to just give you some of my favorites, and I'm trying to do a mix of things that directly affect the vocal folds, like the singing straw, to things that just help me relieve tension in my body and feel better in my body. And so those are some of the next tools that I'm going to show you. One of them is a facial roller. And what I like about the facial roller is, one, it feels cool. So it always feels good. I roll it right on, I'm doing it right now, right on my masseter muscle, right on my jaw. I can decide how much pressure I want to give. These things are cheap. I think I paid like, I don't know, $12 or something. I use this thing all the time. I'm sure I should also use it to, what is it supposed to do? Like restore collagen in our face. I don't. I just rub my jaw with mine and it feels really, really good. And then 2 more tension release tools. One is a Big Daddy. I've had it here sitting beside me. This is a foam roller. And I have the biggest one. And I will tell you what I do with this. I spend so much time over a piano, on the computer, right? Teaching online, bent over an instrument, then on my phone. Like all of us do. I spent so much time bent over that I get a good amount of tension in my neck and my shoulders. And sometimes I teach 7 and 8 hour days. And so what I will do when I have a break between sessions, I will take 5 minutes, take this big foam roller, I lay it on the ground. I lay on my foam roller lengthwise. So I put it at the top of my head, so it supports my head down to my tailbone. And then I lay my arms on the floor, and it really opens up my chest. It feels so good. It really helps me. And then I'll take it and actually roll my back with it. So I use my foam roller all the time. And then the last one, these are so weird. One of my mentors, the fabulous Dr. Kari Reagan, turned me onto these, and now I can't live without them. They are gauze, which I use to go in and release my masseter, to work on the internal work on my jaw. I use it to stretch my tongue. But instead of a strip of gauze, they are little gauze fingertips. They are fantastic. And all you do is, if I'm going to work my jaw, I put my finger in and stick the finger in my mouth so you get good grip. You're not sticking your actual hands into your mouth. And if I want to work my tongue, I put it on my pointer and my thumb on each side, and then I can easily grab my tongue and do my stretches. I love these guys. And again, they are cheap. You can get like a gaggle of them, however many that is, for not very much money. And then the last thing I want to share, just because all the time people ask me my favorite throat drop, and I have slippery elm throat drops here. I use Grethers. I use all kinds. I will tell you my favorite. They're about the cheapest ones you can get. Whenever you're looking for a throat drop, my recommendation would be, unless you're sick and you need something else, if it's just to give hydration to the throat, you're looking for glycerin and or pectin. Both of those are ingredients that simply moisturize. That's it. So I'm going to put a picture of them here for you guys watching on YouTube. And for those of you listening, they'll be linked below. Luden's Cherry Throat Drops. And I'm a kid from the 80s, and Luden's Cherry, I would be like yes, that is a score of being sick, because they taste like a cherry lifesaver. And in all honesty, you guys, hard candy like that is enough to make you salivate more and help soothe your throat if you're in need of that. But Luden's cherries specifically have pectin. So they're super moisturizing, they're soothing. They don't have anything else in them that could potentially irritate me. These are just a handful of my favorites. Remember, you aren't just a voice floating around, you're a whole person. So tools that can help you, voice, body, and mind, help you as a singer. I so appreciate you guys listening, and I sure hope to see you in the next episode.